and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Lisa Williams, your vision board queen. And this week I'm going to be joined by the lovely Anna Green, and we're going to be talking about all things direct selling and how they can help and get on that vision board. Hello and welcome, Anna, to the Vision Board Blueprints podcast. I'm really excited to have you here. So we have been obviously online friends for some time now, Anna, and you are the direct selling guru, as I would say. So this episode, we're going to be sharing how direct selling success to live your dreams. So how you can use direct selling and the industry of direct selling to live that dream life. Okay, so Anna, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience here today?
Yeah, of course. Hello everyone, I'm Anna Green. I run the company Direct Selling Success, and I teach network marketers, direct sellers, affiliates, you know, those industries to grow and scale their teams without the spam. So I come from a background of direct selling myself, started in 2005 when my kids were small, couldn't go out to work, fell into it really, and built a huge business doing what I absolutely loved, helping other people share their dreams and get their own successes and never look back. And then 3 years ago, set up this company, Direct Selling Success, to change the face of network marketing and direct selling to something that doesn't come across as icky anymore because it's got such a bad rep, but to something that is genuine and authentic and something that people are proud to shout about. So proper mission I'm on.
Amazing. And I have been privileged to be a part of pretty much most of that direct selling success journey as somebody watching. I don't know exactly the date you launched.
I launched it back end of 2019. And we met during lockdown, didn't we?
Yes, we would have met mid 2020 somewhere along the scale. So obviously you've introduced yourself, you've shared obviously why you love the direct selling success, but what do you feel that direct selling can do to help people in terms of living that life of their dreams?
Well, let me take you back to when I first started. That's probably the easiest way because it's so much easier to tell my story than just give you an example. So back in 2005, I'd got a toddler and I was pregnant with my son, who is now 17 in a couple of days. So a long time ago. And I had very little confidence. I was just getting over postnatal depression from my first child. At the time, I had an RAF husband who was away for long periods of time, didn't see very much of him at all, moved to a new area, didn't know anybody. My life wasn't great. And like I said earlier on, I fell into direct selling. Somebody was doing a party in my local area. I was invited along. I went to it and just thought, this is the perfect fit for me. It's something I can do around my kids. It's something I can do for my family. It's something that will fit around hubby. So I went for it. I had very little confidence. I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know anybody in the area, but it got me out and about and building that confidence and growing my self-esteem and giving me a purpose. And as I built it, I was able to do that for other people, which is so rewarding. I mean, you're a coach, aren't you, Lisa? So you know what it's like when somebody that you are working with gets a light bulb moment, gets a progress that they wouldn't normally have. It's just the most amazing feeling in the world. And to be able to do that was just my dream. As I grew the business, I made a bigger impact with more people. I made a bigger impact for my family with the money that I could earn. And I started to achieve things. So I achieved like certificates for sales. I built my own team. So I became a leader of a team. I achieved holidays. And all that time, my confidence was building. My self-belief was building. My dreams were just getting bigger and bigger. And I just wanted to achieve more and more and more. And it just gave me a totally different life. I was able to do things that I'd never, ever dreamed of. In the first holiday that I won was to Hong Kong. And there's no way as a mum of two, with an RAF husband that I could have afforded or ever dreamed of going on a holiday to Hong Kong, 5-star, all expenses paid, everything included.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, it's just, it gives so many opportunities.
Yeah.
It really
So
does.
if someone was listening today and they've jumped on this podcast because they thought, oh, I want to know a little bit more about direct selling. What is it? What does people do? Or they might have just strolled across the Vision Board Blueprints podcast. What would your advice be to somebody who has never tapped into the industry before and they are a little bit skeptical, but they might be able to see or have a little inkling of what it could do for them?
So if they've never seen direct selling before, I'll probably start from what it is and maybe cover what it isn't. So direct selling is a business in a box with the support of a bigger company behind it. You get the training, you get the support, you get the marketing and the branding all done for you. You get websites set up and you get products or services that you can share your passion for to other people and earn from that. And then there's the opportunity to help other people do the same thing as you're doing. So they call it recruiting or team building, depending on what business you're with. But it's such a great way of earning from something that doesn't involve having a boss, that doesn't involve set hours, those sorts of things. What it's not is, we hear it all the time, a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme. It doesn't have to be done in any horrible way. You can do it in a way that is just sharing your passion and helping other people, solving their problems.
So when I was in the direct selling world, one of that things that kept coming up was it's a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. So that to me, it used to throw me because I didn't really even understand what a pyramid scheme was, if I was honest.
No.
So if someone is on here now and they are, maybe they've got a naysayer or a family member going on at them going, oh, you just did a pyramid scheme and they don't really support them, that can have a negative impact on that person.
Huge.
So that will affect how they recruit, how they do their sales, and all the other implications of the direct selling business. So what would your advice be to them?
Well, if they're people that they know that are saying this, really, would they expect you to be part of something that is a scam or something that's illegal? For one thing, really, do you think I'd get involved in something like that? Is what I often used to tell people to say, because really, you wouldn't. If you're a trustworthy person and you've done your research, you wouldn't get involved in something like that. And these aren't like that. They're illegal. Pyramid schemes and scams are illegal. These companies, the direct selling companies, they're part of associations more often than not that protect their consultants. And it's not going to ever be anything like those pyramid schemes where it was basically somebody selling a dream, taking your money, and then there was nothing tangible with it. There was nothing there. It was all just one big, let's all buy into this thing that doesn't exist, and then the top person takes all the money away in the most basic of terms. So really, if they're a friend of yours, surely they should trust your judgment that you're not going to be involved in something like that.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the actual for those that are in the direct selling now and they have a direct selling business, but they're stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is where a lot of the clients that I work with who are in the direct selling world, they're stuck. They don't really know how to move forward. They know they've got to grow a team, but they're not growing the team because they're stuck. Or they know they need to do sales, but they're not making sales. Okay, so these sorts of people are the people who have the big dreams. They've got a vision. They know what they need to do, but they just can't get past that first hurdle to get there. So what support or what advice have you got for those people?
So this is exactly the same as most of the people I work with. They've got to a point in their business and they just can't get any further and they don't know why. It varies from person to person, but more often than not, I advise people to go straight back to why they're doing what they're doing. What is their vision? What is it that they want out of this? What is their big dream? And how do they want to get there? What does it look like for them? once they've got that idea in their heads and it's driving them forwards, and you're the vision board queen, this is your thing, that finding that why that makes your heart sing is what will drive you forward. When you found that thing, break it down into smaller chunks so that you then know what you want to achieve shorter term, and then break those big little goals into smaller actions that you can then take every single day to make it happen. And find somebody that can keep you accountable, that can mentor you to get there. More often than not, this is somebody like your upline leader in a business. But if you haven't got that, it's somebody like me or you that can mentor you to get where you want to be. It could be that you need support with how to grow your customer base on social media. It could be that you need to learn the words to say to recruit those people, to get your content right, to help you run parties or events. This could just be something, some support with maybe how to sell your products, how to talk about them in a way that isn't icky and doesn't put you off, and then work on the mindset behind it.
I was just going to say then the mindset.
Yeah.
I was just going to tap into
mindset.
that. Yeah.
So it always is.
What I find, obviously, I work with a lot of ladies around their visions and their goal setting, and obviously a lot of that is around their mindset and those beliefs that they are programming. So what are some of the most common because you call them mind beetles?
No, mind beetles.
Mind beetles. I knew there was a term there. So what are the most common mind beetles that you come across in your industry?
Oh, so many, and everybody is different. So it's that fear of rejection, fear of somebody saying no, that lack of confidence and self-belief that brings up those thoughts. I can't do this. I'm not good enough for this. I'll never be able to sell. I struggle to recruit. Why would anybody want to join my team? All those things. Then there's those worries that you're going to offend somebody by asking them to buy, or upset somebody by putting something out on social media. But it could even be that you're worried about how you come across. So you worry so much about the content of a post that you're putting out on social media that you don't do it. Or you worry about turning up at an event and not doing it right. It's just so varied, so varied. But when we can work on that, and when we can sit down and work out why you're feeling like that and work a way either round it or to flip or flick that beetle away out of your head, that's when the magic really does happen. Because 95% of business success is down to your mindset.
Yeah, that is so true. That is absolutely really, really true. So you come from this approach of, in the direct selling world, of not spamming. Okay.
Yes.
No spammy pammies, and that is one thing that I absolutely love about you and what you do. And it's something that's why I always connected with yourself. Okay. So the network marketing industry has got a reputation for being spammy. Okay. And this comes from lines and lines of, people throughout the industry of, copy and paste this, send this. And I actually commented on your post today. It was actually your TikTok video today about, because you did an amazing TikTok video about banging your head against the screen. And I was like, oh, you should have seen the message that I got yesterday. So I got a message the other day, okay, and I don't even know this person, never spoke to them before, never connected with them. And I got a message saying, I know that you like this product, so I thought you'd like this, okay? And this product is not something I've ever brought, okay? It's not something I've ever even spoke to this person about. And it's a product I've never even tried, okay? I've never even tried the brand, okay? Never mind automatically telling me that I know that I like it. So it was a copy and paste message blatantly from the person before me, because obviously that person may have brought the product, and then it went straight in to all the details. And I mean, it was a massive long post about all these products. Now, this is one of the things that the network marketing industry is obviously known for, isn't it?
Yeah, it is known for it, which is such a shame.
Okay, so from your perspective, what advice have you got for those people who are doing those copy and paste messages like that?
Right, excuse the noise outside, but I now have some sort of cement mixer out the door. So, apologies for the background noise.
I can't hear it, so don't worry.
Good. So, first of all, these ways, unfortunately, do work. It works for a very few people, and it works for those people who have not no filter, that's the wrong word, but they don't mind that they're going to get loads of no's. They don't mind how they come across to people. There's a certain personality type that just doesn't, it's okay. They'll quite happily send 100 of those messages and get blocked and spammed and irritate the life out of everybody that doesn't like those messages. So if that's you, then that's fine. It'll work. You'll build a business. It's fine. However, if you don't like that way of doing it, and if you find it feels icky to send a message like that, or it doesn't feel authentic and right with you, there is another way. And it's all about building the relationships. If you can help people, if you can serve your audience, if you can solve problems with what you've got, either products or the opportunity to have a business, you can do it in a much more authentic way. And it's so much nicer for those people who maybe are like me and you are born people pleasers. We like to be friendly. We like to serve our audience. We like to help. We don't like that ick.
So I'm obviously taking on a point here that this person, is tapping into that cold audience. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely fine to do that. I'm not saying do not do that. But if I'm tapping into my cold audience, yeah, then the first thing I say is, would you like more details?
Yeah.
Obviously I've told them like, this is why I'm messaging, but would you be interested in some more details? Would you be open to some more details? Rather than just spamming with all the information, that it allows them to say yes or no then, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And if it's coming from a place of serving and it's worded from a place of serving, then that's absolutely right. But I really do think that the relationship is important. Dropping just straight into somebody's inbox that you don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like getting married on a first date.
Well, there is a program called that, isn't there?
There is. And
that's probably why it does work for some people.
Well, how often does it work? This is the thing. This is exactly the same with these drop-in messages. So when you can find a way of building the relationship first, finding out about that person, building a relationship, talking to that person, finding out what they need and what they like and what help you can give them before getting married, effectively, then you're going to have a better result if that person and you are the sort of person who is that serving type of person.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. So in terms of, direct selling and vision boarding, I am an expert in your academy group, and I come in there once a month to talk to your ladies about vision boards, or gentlemen. And that is something that obviously is important, is like obviously having that vision, having those goals. So if you are, obviously I'm asking you now, not as an expert from myself, but why do you think that is important for those people in the direct selling industry?
I know how powerful having a really strong vision is. It got me where I wanted to be with my direct selling business back in the day when I was, doing the party plan. I had a vision of where I wanted to be, and I used that vision to drive me to get there, because I could see it happening. I visualized it every day. I imagined myself in that place, and that whole visualization thing made such an impact on me. I know how important it is to have. So looking at what you do is perfect for my members, because actually I need them to see that if they have that dream and that vision, and they can put it up on a wall or on the cover of their phone, or however they want to display that vision board that they've got, it will drive them to do the things that are on that right edge of their comfort zone that will help them move forward.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the things that I want to touch on, which is quite possibly controversial
Ooh, I love a
in
bit of
terms
controversy.
of direct selling, because in the direct selling, there's ranks, there's promotions here, there's trips here, there's things there. But, and everyone is striving, or a lot of people, especially when they're coming into the industry, they think that they have to get to that place. Yeah, they have to get to that level because that's what the next level is, or they have to work for that trip because that's what everyone else is doing. Now, I don't agree that everything is for everybody.
I am
Okay.
totally in agreement with you.
Okay. So from me as a vision board coach, I strongly believe that people have to look as to what they actually want and why they want it for themselves. Yeah. And how that's going to benefit them and their life and stuff. So what would you say if so, because a lot of people are striving for these goals, these visions, but then they're not taking the action because it's not actually really what they want. Yeah. So if that's somebody now listening and you've been like, I've been striving for that next promotion, but it's just not happening. But for me, it's not happening because it's probably not really what you actually want. It's what you think is right or what you're expected to get. So have you got any advice for those people?
I would say the dream has to be yours. In the network marketing industry, direct selling industry, you have an upline who earns off you, and the company earns off you. So when you come into this industry, there is a program that you follow to help you earn money, which is great, but to help everybody else earn money as well. And the company is going to earn money by getting you to recruit other people into the company and by building you up to leader. And your leader's going to earn money to get you there as well and to see you build a bigger team. So the company's dream and the leader's dream may well be different from your dream. You might have come into this business to earn a bit of extra cash, to make a better life for your family because you love the products. Not everybody wants that next stage up, just like you've said, but it's kind of expected in a lot of situations because that's what everybody talks about in the company. Get to leader. Oh, look at all these people, they've got to leader as well, and you can do it too. And yeah, it's great if that's what you want, but it's got to be what you want. It's okay to just want to earn, a couple of £100. It's okay to want to earn £1,000, £2,000, £3,000 just from your own sales. You don't have to recruit. But if you feel that, like you said, that's what you want and it's not happening, is it not happening because you don't want it for the right reasons?
Yeah.
Or is it not happening because you're not putting the right actions in? So it could be a bit of both, could be either.
So I'll share my story in terms of this and why I now see it from a different angle. Is my first vision board I created whilst I was in the direct selling world. I was a presenter and my vision on my vision board was to hit the top of the company. Okay. And I strived for that next level and I literally burnt myself out because that was what I was working towards. That was what I was, trying to achieve. And I burnt myself out in the fact that it wasn't happening. But every single thing off that vision board, that very first vision board, okay, has been achieved other than that top level of that company. So now I know that that wasn't what was meant to be for me. Yeah. And I see so many people, pushing towards these goals and these visions of, promotions and stuff. But sometimes they're not actually, it's like, for me, I actually joined the industry to get more confidence for myself. I joined to learn to love myself, and I achieved all that from it. But because it was programmed that this is the next level, this is the next level, this is the next level, that was what I was then, oh, well, this is what I've got to do next. This is what I've got to do next. But it's only now that if I was to do that now, I wouldn't have, that on there because it wouldn't be what I want.
No, and you're totally the opposite of me. That is what I wanted. The money wasn't in for me. What I wanted was just to show that I could be a success, to show that I could do it. And that was my dream. And I absolutely do it. Yes, it was hard. Yes, it was tough. Yes, I didn't get burnout or anything like that, but it took a lot of work, and I got stuck at points, but it didn't mean I didn't want it any less.
Yeah.
And I did it, but that was what I wanted. The money was no thing, nothing. It was the fact I wanted that top of that company, and I wanted to see that I could do it and achieve it.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. It really isn't. And you've just got to identify that actually, is that what you want?
Yeah.
Or is
And
it not?
I was perfectly in hindsight then, I would have been perfectly happy with £1,000 a month because that was all I needed.
Yeah.
But I was trying to push for more because that was what I was expected.
You get driven, swept away with it, don't you?
Yeah.
Because
and that's something that's
the excitement.
Yeah. As I do love the direct selling industry, but that is the one thing, like I said, it might be a bit controversial if some top leaders are on here, I don't know, listening to this.
Well, I was a top leader, wasn't I? And I totally got that. And that's what I told my team. If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah. And I do get that, so if you are in that place where you are maybe striving for a promotion or a trip or something, sit back and just ask yourself, is this really for me? Is this something that I really want?
I definitely sit down with every goal that you've got that you're struggling to get to. Well, with every goal anyway, is sit down and work out exactly why you want it. Why do you want it? How is it going to feel when you get there? And really pinpoint the feelings and the emotions behind it, and whether it is your goal or you're doing it for somebody else.
Yeah,
and that's with anything at all. I mean, I remember a conversation with, and I can't remember who it was now, talking about that they were desperate for a car. They wanted the car for the company because this company gave away the company car when you got to a certain level. But actually, that's not what they wanted. They didn't want the company car. That wasn't the thing at all when they looked into it properly. What they wanted was that sense of achievement, that success, and they could get that in so many other ways. So when they actually looked at it and they achieved the car, they're like, well, I haven't had that feeling that I was hoping for. What I was hoping for was the sense of success, but now I've got all this pressure. So actually that wasn't what I wanted. So it's really got to align with you. And you've also got to look at it from another point of view as well, is that we often think that getting to the top or getting the leadership levels will make you the money you want. That might not make you the money you want. You need to look at your figures from a strategic sales and marketing person.
Definitely.
Look at the figures. Because promoting out to leader, regional manager, whatever the titles are, diamond, this, that, and the others, it might not be the income that makes the difference.
Yeah.
So
let's wrap this up then, Anna. So what would you like to leave the audience with today in terms of, if they are in the direct selling or even any selling business, because obviously, this can be related to sales as well, what would you like to leave them with in achieving those dreams?
I want people to understand that they can have anything that they want. And it's not down to how confident you are. It's not down to whether you have a full-time job, whether you are doing this on the side, whether you have a privileged background, or whether you don't, whether you have an illness, whatever your situation, you can make this work. It's all about the belief. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. If you're telling yourself you can't do it, you'll never do it. And that's how this selling thing works. Being in business for ourselves, we have to be self-driven. And if you've got that belief that you can do it, there's nothing will stop you. No hurdles, no getting stuck, no nothing will stop you, because you will find a way around it.
Absolutely. So Anna, a massive thank you for joining us today. Do check out the details. Actually, Anna, you let the audience know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me online, pretty much all the platforms at Direct Selling Success. Come and find me.
And is there anything you are working on or you would like to share with the audience today?
I have an amazing podcast.
Oh, so I know you
find
do. Yes.
My podcast, Direct Selling Success, Network Marketing Done Right.
Okay, amazing. And I will drop all those links into the notes section as well, so you can check Anna out. And do go out and follow Anna if you are in the direct selling world. She is definitely the lady to follow. So a massive thank you for joining me today, Anna. And I really appreciate you being here and the time today. And do make sure you go out and check where she is.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. What an incredible session that was with the lovely Anna Green. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more about vision board and ways that you can bring your dreams to life.